In 1972, the rock scene was simmering in New Zealand when jamrock blues rock psych band Ticket released two albums that year. And from the first of those, Awake, the track Dream Chant. Okay, we're in the key of D, and we're doing alterations of it. Like it started out seemingly in D major, and then it's going through like shifting to like minor, and I think throwing in a seventh, and bit of fiddling there. I like the clean tone, the thickness of it all, the thickness of the bass line. I'm dreaming about the things I see. I wonder if I can face them. I love progressions like that, like the D minor, like shuffling it around, and the tonal shifts and within the same chord, and then they of course drop to C just at the end of the figure. Tomorrow, when the day begins, it will start all over again. The drums have kind of that echoey sound when he does the fill and everything. Getting kind of that production vibe of like the time period, like that of particularly of like, well, it kind of sounds like a power trio. Although we've actually got a few more members than that here. Yeah, I think. Is sorrow. It's like they're a quartet that sound like a power trio. I'm touching his feeling. I like those little twangy bits. Things that people do today. Notice how the whole melody is just like cascading over the same a mono key bass line. It's like D D D D D D, and then while the lead is going no 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 without changing key. I've had dreams of tomorrow. I'm afraid the lyrics aren't printed anywhere. Now we got some real soulful vocals coming out, kind of a Steve Marriott like. People screaming jealousy, black and white, black sea, businessman are being bought. It seems so wrong. I like that change right there. Then you awaken me, happiness is shining like the sun. D flat to F sharp. That's a strange progression to wind up in from a track that's primarily based like in D minor. You will show to me your loving is so strong. Now I sleep, my dreams come true. Look at that bass line walking around the chords like boom 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 boom. Firm and strong because of you. Dreaming is easy. Dreaming is easy. I wonder if that's a hollow body. The caveman chant. Yeah, a bit of a Neanderthal break here with like some heavy drumming. Not bad as far as like a harmonic refrain goes. I love the sustain of those notes, just the tonality of it. Kind of a sunsetty vibe from it all. Okay, let's see. The credits, Eddie Hansen, lead guitar and vocals, and Trevor Tombleson, percussion and lead vocals. I'm wondering if the two traded off in that. If one's giving us kind of the lucid kind of lazy kind of voice, and another was giving us more that belting that we were hearing during the bridge. Yeah, and bass guitar vocals Paul Woolright. Oh, and drums percussion Ricky Ball. And it should be noted that the guitarist Eddie Hansen, after the two Ticket albums, reemerged later in the decade in the Latin rock jam band Living Force that put out a good album, self-titled album in 1977 with a really great Man Lion cover. Yeah. It's such sorrow. Notice how the drumming's being really subtle here and just kind of giving us a little bit of metal to... Yeah, basically that descent of the guitar over that persistent bass, mono key bass line is accenting different notes within the key of D, like da na 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 C ni B D A G F E D. Now we got some finger picking in C. Bit of that twanginess, kind of like what Mark Knopfler would later kind of popularize more within the context of melodic like Anglo rock. I appreciate the bass line, how crafty it's being underneath this, how it's moving around under. Boom, 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 and how it's working with the drum sequence. Yeah, I found quite a pattern to accent this part. Oh, I think I'm hearing two guitars now. Yeah, one's going down, and one's doing a little bit of higher little bits around it. Yeah, one's playing kind of an actual pattern, twangy pattern, and the other's kind of doing some scratchy notes. So. It's so deft how they throw us into that little kind of brief passage, and then we end up in this really unlikely key progression when taken in relation to the main frame of the track.
Sleep, my dreams come true. Firm and strong because of you. Dreaming is easy. Dreaming is easy.
The chant returns. That drummer, Ricky Ball, he later turned up in Hello Sailor. Yeah, let's see, was he? Yeah, he was on all their their prime albums anyway. Yeah, Hello Sailor and Pacific Amor. Oh, and also on Graham Brazier, the frontman's 1981 solo album. Yeah. Was Ticket with Dream Chant from their 1972 album Awake, their first of two albums released that year. They put out another album, Let Sleeping Dogs Lie. Well, back to the album Awake, let's hear one other track from the album, the title track, Awake.
Wake, my friend, there's nothing in this place. You're living in.
More of a rush, more of kind of like a gallop, more of like let the horses run wild.
Free yourself on what you want to be, 'cause there is no reality.
The lyrics all seem to be pretty hippie inspired, you know, like free your mind, free your conscience, free your soul. Like the last one being about dreams, being about the spiritual. That's why I took it anyway, to be about the spiritual quest. You know. Okay, notice we got a really definite melodic bass line, and then we got the guitar just kind of like scaling around it. And yeah, dum 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 dum, like the bass, and then just fiddly bits. drumming and percussion. Yeah, two guys going on simultaneously. A bit of like tambourine rattle and a lot of like pile driving toms and. Really working that hi-hat there. Well, real scratchy, kind of funky break here. In A, yeah, the main frame is in C, this being a drop to A. Hearing some wah-wah there, I think. Yeah, and some real scratchy playing. I would think that 1972 would be kind of early for a New Zealand act to be picking up on funk influences, yeah. So free yourself, free to realization. Oh yeah. God is alive and everyone. Actually, this kind of, I guess, presages some of the Latin rock influences that would show up in on the Living Force album 5 years later. And of course, that influence had already made its way to Australia, at least by 1971, with the band Piranha. Yeah. Awake, my friend! Awake, are you fine? It's not the end, but peace and the Lord. Free your mind from yourself. Then you know there's nothing else but freedom in your soul. Yeah, lyrics about freedom, just free your soul. Freedom's God and not just an ego. Oh, I really like the way this band jams in D minor. That guitar just had a slight bit of fuzziness to it, but it was just kind of in the way it was reverberating. I wish that break had lasted a bit longer. That I really like the jerkiness of that. Friend, there's nothing in this place. You're living in a dream. A really fluid strum, yeah, with drumming just kind of doing the full roll. Away! Yeah, just starting to make it cry right there. I wonder if he's going to do more of that. You've got nothing. Just a dream. Yeah, this track is really turning out to be quite a showcase for some major tribalistic drumming. This band had that element really strong. More so than one might expect from a Kiwi 4-piece of the period. This band actually might be somewhat influenced by the Maori culture. Yeah, come to think of it. Yeah, Maori tribal music. There's no freedom, no freedom living that way. So free yourself to realization. God is alive in every walk. God is life, I think he said.
Wake my friend, and you'll find, yes, there's nothing but peace, peace in the Lord.
There's nothing but peace, peace in the Lord. A bit of a spiritual, kind of like I guess, kind of like a new religion type vibe to this. Freedom will come your way.
Freedom will come your way. Freedom away.
You hear that like snaky little bit right there? Yeah, just kind of bit of vibrato there, yeah. That was Ticket with Awake from the album of the same name, and before that, Dream Chant, yes, by Ticket, the New Zealand four-piece jam rock band who put out 2 albums in 1972 and I guess promptly disappeared. But yeah, the members have tie-ins with a whole bunch of other bands. Space Farm, another a contemporary Kiwi band that were somewhat similar actually. And then there's a tie-in with the Keith Hartley band. Interesting. Yeah, and Band of Light. Yeah, that was a late. Yeah, that was an Australian act. Yeah, blues rock act. Yeah. Anyway, for more Rubies and Sapphires from Tickets Awake album and many other New Zealand albums of the 1970s, see the directory of albums from Oceania or Australasia. It's, well, I'll just say the directory of albums by New Zealand artists, although the directory is shared with albums by Australian artists as well, for more than 350 some odd albums. Almost 400 albums, yeah, from the 70s and early 80s from Australia and New Zealand, yes. Like and subscribe, follow me on social media, and share the video on the, classic rock, prog rock, 70s, 80s music discussion forums. And leave a comment if there are any observations you have about the 2 tracks we just heard, the layers, the interplay, the lyrics, if you caught them in real time, the percussive element, the counterpoint between, the vocals, the whole entire vibe of these tracks, yeah. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most ear-traveled tri-maximalist, signing off.